Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So the developers of Ready or Not are doubling down, tripling down on this, and for some reason completely seem to miss the point of people who are upset at the censorship. I think most people who aren't even necessarily mad at what it's changing, but the fact that it's changing at all, because it's not necessary for the PC version to change to meet the console version, censorship standards. But they put out a follow-up and clarification, and I figured I would read through it and give my thoughts. So, very recently we shared that Ready or Not's PC version underwent minor content changes. I hate the way they word that. I don't care if it is or isn't minor in their eyes. It might not be minor in somebody else's eyes. That's already the language is pissing me off. So, the PC version underwent minor content changes to support stability and align with policies enforced by global platforms and age rating bodies. Again, it doesn't matter if other countries are wanting to censor the game or if Microsoft or Sony are wanting to censor the game. You already have the game on PC, uncut. Make a version or maintain a version of the game that is uncut. I don't know how this is hard to understand. I don't know what else I can say to get this through your heads, Void Interactive. These adjustments were made to ensure a smooth global launch across platforms while fully preserving the game's tone, themes, and intensity. Well, I'm sorry, but it's not going to preserve the intensity when you're removing things that make the game more intense. It might be 0.1% less intense, but you're still not maintaining the intensity of the game by removing things that make the game more intense. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Okay, unfortunately, we've seen misconceptions and misinformation circulating around the scope of these changes. I haven't seen that. There have been some hyperbolic statements saying that they're making it into Fortnite as a joke, but most people that I've seen that are pushing back against the censorship know exactly what is being censored. We want to ensure our entire community has full visibility into what has and has not changed. We're including before and after visuals to show that the game's tone, atmosphere, and graphical impact remain intact. The effects of gore and violence, key to the game's immersive realism, have not been toned down. By virtue of the bodies not being able to be dismembered, you are toning it down, even though if you might disagree with people shooting the bodies and having more dismemberment, you're still toning it down. Missions such as Elephant, Neon Tomb, and the infamous Valley of Dolls remain unchanged. Void Interactive has always believed in creative freedom and the right to build experiences that push boundaries in the service of immersion and realism. That will not change. I'm sorry, it already has changed. I don't understand this post. It's so tone deaf. I don't know. This language is, it makes me so mad, the fact that they're constantly just like, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. And the thing is, again, it doesn't even matter what content is changing. It's the fact that you're changing the content that's already in the game to appease the standards of, countries and consoles that don't have the game yet. So you're effectively punishing the people who have already bought the game to appease people who have not bought the game. I don't know how to fucking say it any clearer than that. Okay, at the same time, we operate in a global ecosystem of platform standards, age rating boards, and local legal restrictions. While we may disagree with how some content is treated, we've only made changes where absolutely required and only to the letter of the regulations, no further. Again, this version already fucking exists. It doesn't exist in those other countries yet. It doesn't exist on consoles yet. Keep this version intact. I don't know. I slept through them posting this earlier, so I'm just now going through this right now. So, as a hyper-realistic tactical FPS, Ready or Not faces different scrutiny than more stylized fictional games. That's the reality of the world we publish in, not a change in our creative vision or values. Except it definitely is a change in your creative vision or values when you have to change your creative vision to meet censorship standards. Again, I am not faulting you for censoring the game in countries and consoles that require those regulations. However, the people who have already bought the game on PC where the censorship isn't in there, why are you changing the game for those people? Okay, only 6 targeted visual changes to the PC version were made. There should be 0 visual changes to the PC version. Twisted Nerve. The girl is now depicted as sleeping instead of convulsing. A lethal obsession. Nudity involving the ghillie suit suspect has been adjusted. Hide and seek. Female hostages now wear underwear. Narcos. Police informant hostage now wears underwear. 23 megabytes per second. Photo of miner's objective model was revised also to better connect narratively with the later Sinuous Trail mission. Post-mortem dismemberment has been disabled. Note, dismemberment for living characters remains unchanged and can be seen in the latest Volume 83 dev briefing. Note, there are black boxes in the before images due to Steam's Community Hub content guidelines. Image below, Twisted Nerve. The girl is now depicted as sleeping instead of convulsing. So that's the before, that's the after. Here's the before for the ghillie suit guy. So that's after. The women in the cargo container, after. The before of the hostage and after, and then the evidence and after. So thank you for standing. I don't stand with you, Void Interactive. I don't. So if I go over to discuss down here, of course, everybody's fucking clowning on Void Interactive. Again, I don't understand why they can't just come out and say, we don't, like... I understand coming out and saying we don't want to maintain two versions of the game. We want to put out one version and no changes, and I'm sorry for anybody that's affected, but this is how we're going to move on. You know, not this whole, oh, it's just minor changes. There's been misrepresentations and misinformation. Fuck you, Void. Like, seriously. Oh my god. I hate... I'm pissed right now, if you can't tell. I'm trying to remain calm. I don't know. I hate this downplaying of, like, legitimate concerns of people. Because, again, I think a lot of the people, it's not even the fact of, like, what's being changed. It's the fact that it's being changed at all for a platform and a country that doesn't require these changes. That's my entire critique. Again, you can release the game on console with a censorship. I'll still buy it on console even with the censorship, but don't change it for the PC players that spent $150 fucking on your supporter edition. Or bought it in the early access period. Or bought it after 1.0. They bought the game that is currently in the state that it's in when it comes to content. They don't want that content removed after the fact. So, I don't know. It's... Let's see, dead game, censorship is bad. It's not about the specifics, it's a matter of principle. Any amount of censorship is too much. I'm sure everyone will be reasonable in this comment section. So basically, you're censoring. I speak for the whole community when I say we don't like censorship. So the ESRB and PEGI will let games like GTA, Cyberpunk, Outlast, and Red Dead have full nudity and violence, but won't let Ready or Not. Whack explanation, Void, you sold out. What a joke. Great, so you're saying you're hearing us but refusing to listen. That's the frustrating thing, is they don't even acknowledge the legitimate criticism that people have, and they constantly downplay it as, oh, it's just small changes. Yes, what I wanted, SWAT AI improvements, what I got, censorship. And it wouldn't even be as infuriating if the game was in a state that was acceptable when it came to, you know, bugs and AI and stuff. They've been continually tweaking the AI and still haven't gotten it quite right. And I don't know. It's just, this whole situation is such bullshit, and I hate this fucking stupid ass argument of, oh, it's just small changes. Oh, what are you crying about? It's misinformation. People are blowing out of proportion. I have told people in my videos exactly what has been changed. I have read exactly every single change from your devlog. I have never misrepresented what is being changed, so miss me with that bullshit. Anyway, that's about it. I am glad that the game continues to be review bombed into oblivion, and I say review bombed, it's not exactly like a review bomb because it is legitimate criticism. So yes, I am glad to see that. If I go down to the graph right here, you can see every single day since that announcement. That's when the announcement was made. And every single day, it's going to keep getting worse. Now, again, we have yet to see whether this will affect the game going forward when it goes to console. I hope it will. I hope Void Interactive loses money. I want to say rip bozo, fuck you Void, for just putting out the most tone-deaf statement that I have ever seen. Again, like, I want to be on your side. That's the sad thing. I want to be on your side. I want to play Ready or Not. I I like the game from what I played of it. Again, I can't play much. If I go up here, I have 12.8 hours on record. And you know why? It's because for the first 10 or so hours, I was playing the pre-release version, which ran on Unreal Engine 4. And as soon as it went to Unreal Engine 5, the game became an unplayable mess for me. And again, that's because my computer is older. I know some people still have performance issues even on better hardware. So yeah, it is what it is. Comment down below, tell me what you think of this situation. I don't know, this entire thing, this entire saga has just been draining. I've been keeping up with it as much as possible. I took kind of a break from it yesterday, but apparently I shouldn't have because they put out this fucking dumbass statement right here. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.